Hello, and thank you for tuning in. I believe I'm going to make the title of this video an apology to my people. Uh, and I'll start out by doing that, and I'll let you know what I'm apologizing for. Uh, this is actually difficult for me, so bear with me if I speak a little slowly. Uh, this goes back several years with me with what I see going on in this country, really around the world, but especially right here in this United States of America with my people, the so called African Americans, black people, Israelites, Moors, those, whether you want to call yourself whatever term you want to use, people of color. I'm trying to let you know that this apology is to you and for you. So it's to you because of this reason. I'm going to show you right here. It says in Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 15. Now, there's a lot in this chapter, right? There's a whole lot. There's Israel's history. There's a lot of other prophecy, but I'm just focusing on the concept only of what's in verse 15. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. So I'm going to stop right there and explain what this apology is about. I grew up in the Christian church, and I was called into the quote unquote ministry, youth ministry, whatever you want to call it. And I was literally a minister there. And I found out that what the pastor was doing was not necessarily right. But then again, nobody is perfect. But some things we cannot excuse. It's a difference between making mistakes versus intentionally deceptive and misleading behavior, right? With that being said, there were some things that I learned that were good, and there were some things I found out that I was being manipulated and used for my free energy and time and labor and money. And this went on for years. It also happened to several people around me. And I'm going to talk about it vaguely because I'm not trying to put anybody on blast individual. That's not what I'm here for. What I'm here for is to say that we in these Christian churches, because I'm sure we were not the only one, though ours was one of the more extreme versions of people being used for their time and money and worshiping a man as if he's God Almighty, instead of doing what we were supposed to do, is help the people. Now, I was a child for the majority of that time, and I left that church when I was a young adult, right? Still a somewhat young adult, meaning in my early to almost mid 20s. I'm saying that because I left, tried to come back one time, then I left and didn't come back at all. All right. But then I got sucked into another church, and I'm saying sucked into not because they didn't teach anything of value. I learned some good things there. But I also learned that it was basically a cult, a doomsday cult, and we were being manipulated for our time and money again. You can't make this up. So it's kind of like I grew up in two cults, right? I grew up in a cult rather and joined another one because I had this need to feel like I had to belong to somebody's church or organization. All right? So when I found out that their end of the world prophecies were false and that they lied about things they had said and they tried to cover it up, then I knew that both I and my people, once again, same game, different location, were being used by religion. And I realized that the detriment that is going on in black culture right now is for a lack of what I'm showing you right here in Jeremiah 3:15. You are lacking pastors. That just means a shepherd. It means somebody that knows that your character, whether you understand it or not, spiritually is that of a sheep. A sheep is a gentle animal that can easily fall as prey to the wolves. In the spiritual realm, the masses of the people, especially our people, are like sheep. Even if you think you're tough, even if you think you're street smart, you think you savvy, you think you hard, hood, whatever, you're not. And you're being victimized by Satan, who is the wolf or the serpent, because your pastors who were in these churches where I was at, they were teaching me and probably other men who I don't even know, who were sent into this world to actually help you and actually cared about you. And it has been a heavy burden on me because I actually care about our people. All right? And I hate what has happened to our families. I hate how our black men and our black women are at war with each other. Everybody's trying to prove somebody else is wrong when actually all of us have taken part in this sin, and it's time to repent. With that being said, know that your God is real and that he actually has sent people into this world who actually do care about you, but we have been suppressed, oppressed, not just by racism or the so-called white man, but by some of these pimps in the pulpit. I was told not to go to law school when I was in the church. I was told not to pursue certain things I wanted to get a degree in when I was in the church. But it was okay for me to work for free and waste my time helping that pimp in the pulpit get richer for himself and marry a wife much younger than him. That was God's will, but it was never God's will for me to better myself. You know why? Because these cults want to keep people like me under control because they don't want the real pastors or real leaders that God has sent into the earth to rise up with any sort of knowledge or power so we can actually help the people. So I'm telling you now, some of our brothers who meant to be leaders might actually be in jail because they were manipulated like I was, and they took it to the extreme and they said, okay, since you're going to use me, I'm going to pay you back, right? Then some of them may have just simply been misled because these old devils don't like to be surpassed by men that are younger than them, not understanding that you should be proud of yourself if somebody that you taught and they were your pupil or your student, that they grow up to do greater things than you. That means you were a great teacher, but they don't see it this way. So I'm apologizing to you, my people, the so-called black man and woman, those of you who are out here in these streets throwing your life away. You don't even know what your purpose in life is. It's because we have failed you. But I pray to God that he will allow me to turn away and overcome the nonsense that has suppressed me in the past. And going forward, I'm going to try to do something in this world to help my people like I know I was sent here to do. So, with that being said, I'm going to show you a couple of more verses here. I want you to look here at 1 Corinthians 15 and 33. All right, it says, be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners. One of the main problems we're having in this so-called black culture, right, which we're really God's chosen people, all right, is because of the things we are communicating to one another, but most importantly, what we're being communicated with through the media. That's not just the news. That's not just movies. That's these music videos and these songs that our children, our youth are listening to. If you think, that gangster rap is not contributing to the murder rate, is not contributing to single mother homes, is not contributing to AIDS and syphilis, gonorrhea, whatever is spreading these STDs and STIs. STI is a sexually transmitted infection, by the way. Pretty much a STD, but just a slightly different nuance to the phrase. If you don't think that this gangster rap and this mumble rap, which is dumbing us down, is not contributing to the failure of the so-called black community, I'm telling you that it is, because the scripture telling you, be not deceived. Don't fool yourself into thinking that you can listen to evil communications for hours a day and think it's not affecting you. So why am I bringing this out? There was a place I worked at years ago where I'm see how many employees it had. You may have had at any given time in that building 500 to 700 employees at once, right? It's a large place. And they were working on computers, right? So there were young men who would come in, you put your stuff in the locker, you go through the metal detectors, whatever, then you go to work. There was a particular young man, he was not the only one, but he was one in particular. I heard him quoting rap lyrics all day long. You see him at lunch, see him after lunch. You see him coming into work, you see him going out. You see him on break. Always quoting rap lyrics. And he had them memorized like he was a parrot, meaning he just repeating these words, not even understanding the filth of these words. These were some of the most vulgar, degrading, horrible lyrics. So now ask yourself, how many of our young men today that are in these cities with all of this violence are quoting, listening to, memorizing music, lyrics, and songs that call their women B's and H's? We calling each other nothing but N-words and thugs and criminals and all of that for hours a day. Don't fool yourself. Don't be deceived into thinking that's not destroying you, because it is. So I'm telling you that gangster rap, whether you like it or not, should be outlawed. That should be illegal. But they let you listen to it because they want to destroy you. Who is the they? That's your so-called government that pretends that they want black people to do better, that they want to solve the criminal problem. I'm telling you they don't, because if they did, there would be no way they would allow children to listen to filth all day long and expect them to not mimic the filth at night. You understand? So stop listening to the evil communications. Denounce it. Gangster rap is not cool. It is not okay. It is the sounds of death. That's what it is. Now, I have to give credit. The church where I was getting pimped for all that free labor and many other people were, the pastor did teach that one thing true. That gangster rap, he just said rap music years ago. He said it was sounds of death. He was correct. And that message should have been taken all over the country. Now, when I heard that, I was a child. So it didn't fully make sense to me. I understood it intellectually, but now as a grown man, I really see that really is sounds of death. So we got to do something about it. Brothers, stop listening to that garbage. If you got sons, don't let them listen to any gangster rap at all, not unless you're going to teach them about how it's filthy. They can listen to it for that purpose with you. Go through the lyrics and show them how stupid it is and how it's dumbing them down. Because I'm going to do that in a minute here too. I'm going to show y'all how stupid this nonsense really is. Right? Don't let your sons or daughters, by the way. Right? But what I'm mentioning the sons because of the violence part and the killing. But understand, it's corrupting the daughters as well. It's making them into whores and thoughts and the B word and all of that. That is not cool. It's not okay. Matter of fact, it is a contract with Satan. So the music moguls and the music industry and these people that give these contracts to put out filthy music, but they don't want to promote the good artists as much as they do these evil artists, that's because you have a contract with Satan, the devil, because that's who they work for. Understand that. Now let's look at Proverbs 11:22. Then we're going to look at some of these stupid, idiotic lyrics that are evil communications in these so-called gangster rap songs. It's not even music. It's foolishness. But look at Proverbs 11:22. As a jewel of gold in a swine's snout. A swine is a pig. You understand? A swine is a filthy pig. As a jewel of gold. So I know you ladies like diamond rings and jewelry. But you want to put your wedding ring or your engagement ring or any jewelry in the pig's nose? In the pig's snout? No, you wouldn't. Well, guess what? So is a fair woman, right, or a beautiful woman, which is without discretion. If you are a beautiful sister, beautiful from head to toe, but you out here without discretion, it means you showing your naked body in public and you twerking, and you want to pretend that that's okay. I'm here to tell you that's a lie. It's not. Your creator did not put you here to do that. But now let me show you why you've been dumbed down. And your pastor should be telling you this. And then they should be giving you solutions, right? It's not good enough to tell somebody that something is wrong. We need to tell them what they need to do to fix it. Let me show you how stupid. Watch this here. I'm going to just pull up some of these sexy red lyrics. I hate I even know her name because I don't want to give her any free promotion. Only reason I know who she is because people were talking about something lewd or, overly sexually stuff she said in a certain song, talking about her booty hole brown or something like that. Now, before any of you excuse makers, right, want to say, well, you men like sexy women, that's why you should cover up your naked body. We also like money, but I don't see you walking around with $100 bill hanging outside your purse, do I? You need to care about your body more than you care about these Federal Reserve notes that you think are money, right? So, let's just look at the title. We ain't even getting to the lyrics yet. Sexy Red, Ghetto Freestyle. Then the next song is Hood Beat. See that? Then Sexy. Sticky Icky, Roll That. My Bees, FaceTime, Nasty. You see that? I want y'all to think of this. I'm the Ish, Ski Yee, Helicats SRTs, Pound Town 2. Which obviously she's talking about getting pounded in the bed or on the floor by some man. I want y'all to see what they doing to our daughters, to our women. Looking for the hoes ain't my fault. Do y'all see this? Sexy Walk, strictly for the strippers. Nachos, mad at me. Born by the river. Wow, that's an insult. Because Sam Cooke had a song called Born by the River. Or maybe it was called Change Gonna Come. When he said he was born by the river. Anyway, female Gucci Mane. Sexy Red for president. President of what? The Hoes Club of America? Let's continue. Bow, bow, bow. If my baby daddy. See, this is what I'm talking about. Ghetto Princess. I haven't even read the lyrics yet. Just the titles is stupid and foolish. What will people think if they look back 50 years from now to look at the history of our people here? Like you look back on ancient civilizations. When you look back at ancient civilizations, you look at their artwork. You look at what they left behind. If you look at this madness and this is all you had to look at us about, you would say these people are worthless. And you know what else you would say? If these people were removed or genocided, the people would think it's okay because they think we're worthless. So I'm telling you, don't support this ish. Not just Sexy Red, all gangster rap is garbage. All of it. 100%. If it's got you cursing your people out, it's got you saying derogatory words and names about your women, if it's got you thinking your man ain't fit to do nothing but be a thug or a criminal or a baby daddy, that's what they want us to listen to so that it can corrupt our good manners. So with that being said, I hope this has been some edification for you. And I hope even this can help a little bit. If somebody can hear what I'm saying. Oh yeah, I got to pull up another scripture because I already know. Not most of you, but you're always going to have somebody who wants to make an excuse and say you can't judge me. They always think somebody judging them when somebody trying to help your silly behind. Matthew chapter 7, watch this here. Matthew chapter 7 verse 1 says, judge not that ye be not judged. Right? But let's go down further. I want to show you that you are supposed to judge. Watch this here. Verse 15. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing. The false prophets is the one that tell you can be a hoe and it's okay. Tell you that you can be the B word and it's okay. Tell you that you can have no discretion, no morals, no class about yourself at all, and you still going to be blessed. That's a false prophet because that is a lie. The true prophets or teachers or messengers or whatever title they have are the ones that's going to tell you the truth that can make you a better soul, that can allow you to clean up your soul, right? So beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing. Some of them coming to you in the form of government officials and record producers. I'm making it plain. It ain't just at the church. Your government officials are lying to you. And the Most High is going to hold them accountable for their lies as well. But inwardly they are ravening wolves. Watch this. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? So what is the Messiah saying here? You know whether somebody is good or evil by their fruits. Anybody that's telling you you can do evil and be a hoe or be a thug and put that out as music, they're lying to you. That's evil fruit. That means you have to judge them to know that. How are you going to know them by their fruits and tell who's false and who's telling the truth unless you're able to judge them? So the Messiah didn't tell you that it's wrong to judge. What he's saying is, judge not that ye be not judged, for with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. So it means clean yourself up and don't just tell everybody else what's wrong with them. He's saying don't tell somebody else that they shouldn't be a hoe, but you out here in the street twerking like the hoe that you are. He's saying don't be a hypocrite. If I say it's wrong for you to be a killer, I don't need to be out here making music about being a killer. If I say it's wrong for you to be a thug, I don't need to be out here trying to dress and sag my pants trying to look like a thug. That's what it's saying. It's not telling you not to judge at all. It's saying however you judge somebody else, make sure that you measure yourself the same way. So there's no excuse. So you will be judged. You're going to be judged. You're being judged by me right now. If you hear these words and you reject them and you continue to say, I'm going to listen to whatever I want to listen to, and worse than that, I'm going to do the filth, because that's really what it's down to. If you want to continue to be filthy, this is what the Most High has for you. There ain't going to be no excuses. These are the pastors that the Most High give you after your own heart. Those that actually want to save your life, right? It ain't about just trying to look holy and sound holy. It's trying to save your life, literally. Revelation chapter 22. I want y'all to see what the Most High is saying in these last days, because Revelation is talking about these last days toward the end times. Revelation 22:11 says, he that is unjust, let him be unjust still. See, y'all think God is going to beg you to do right. He ain't going to do that. He's not. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. You know what the Most High is saying? If you want to be like Sexy Red and get naked on TV in the video and talk about your booty hole brown and how you the B word and you a hoe, go ahead and do that, and I'm going to let you stay filthy if that's what you want. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. But guess what's coming after that? Verse 12, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. See? So if you do good works, you're going to get a good reward. You do evil works, you're going to get an evil reward. So with that being said, I hope this has been some edification, and I hope you know that your Creator does love you, and that he has sent people into this earth who actually are here to help you. Pray that those of us who were sent here who actually care about the people can break free from these fraudulent so-called Christian churches that don't want us to actually help our people. Pray that we can break free from any mind control cults which we might be trapped in unknowingly, so that we can actually help our people. Pray so that we can break out from under this lie about Jesus being white and you being cursed because of your black skin. That is a lie. Jesus is not a European, and your black skin is not a curse. What's going on with black culture and the black community is because we need to turn to the Most High and obey his laws, statutes, and commandments. And yes, the New Testament says it too, not just the Old Testament. Revelation is the last book of the Bible. Chapter 22 is the last chapter. That's where we at now. You see that? Look what verse 14 says. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have the right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. That's talking about the everlasting kingdom of God. For without are dogs, you understand, and sorcerers and whoremongers. Whoremongers are going to be put to death, and murderers and idolaters and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. But look at this. Whoremongers and murderers, ain't that what our music, so-called gangster rap, is promoting? Gangster rap is promoting for our men to be whoremongers, for our women to be whores, and for our people to be murderers. See? Which is actually sorcery, because you got to be under a spell to think that that's a good way to live. So I'm telling you, that music is killing our youth. And you gangster rappers that don't want to take responsibility for your actions or what you put out, you ain't going to escape. Lil Nas X, you're responsible for the filth that you put out. Sexy Red, you're responsible for the filth that you put out. Cardi B, you're responsible for the filth that you put out. Nicki Minaj, you're responsible for the filth that you put out. All right? 50 Cent, and I'm calling these names. I know all these names. I don't listen to these people. I used to listen to 50 Cent years ago, right? This ain't hating. This is love. I'm telling you, any of these rappers, any musician, any person in the public eye, any government official, you corrupt judges. Oh yeah, Joe Biden too. You're corrupt as hell. Because you'd rather help people from another country. You'd rather send money overseas to kill people in a war than to help the black people over here who you and your Democrats have systematically oppressed. And then you blame the Republicans for being racist when these white Democrats are actually the biggest racists there are. But that's a slightly different topic. So with that being said, look, have a good day, have a good week. Free yourself from the filth that they forcing down your ears. Listen to some classical music. Listen to some smooth jazz. Listen to instrumentals. Or just ride in your car and listen to nothing and just think about what you want to do with your life. Instead of listening to this filth, I guarantee you it's going to make you a better person. I dare you, any of you that been listening to gangster rap every day, turn that ish off. Turn that garbage off. Listen to you some smooth jazz, some instrumentals, some classical music. Turn the music off and think about what you want to do with your education, your career, your family, your health. Eat better food, drink some clean water. You understand? Stop smoking, stop all of that. Guarantee you it's going to make you a better person. And you will find out that you were angry a lot of days because of the filth they were pumping into your soul. We got people going around doing road rage, killing people because they're listening to music that's making them angry and they don't even know it. You're angry because you were told to be angry. You hate your brother because the music told you to hate him. You hate your sister because it told you to hate her. You think she ain't nothing but a low-class whore, not just because she's acting like it, because some of them are, because they've been listening to music that's telling them to act like hoes. And then they say it's okay because the men like it. Men are supposed to like beautiful women when they're naked. Newsflash, that's how God created us. That's why you're supposed to cover that up. Not every man is supposed to see your naked body. So if you show it in the public, that's your fault. That you listened to some music and took your clothes off like it was okay, and neither your parents, nor your minister, nor your government official, nor anybody that say they love you told you to put your clothes back on. Anyway, let me stop there, because it's a whole lot. But focus on that one thing. Listen to some real music, some positive music, and stop listening to that garbage. Try it for 3 weeks. 21 days. Guarantee you're going to start to see that you feel better or your thoughts are more clear when you get that sorcery out of your mind and off of your soul. Have a good day.